A first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Stroud looking to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards to pick up there. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Inside handoff to Mixon. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. And they'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. Touchdown! A great play there. 30 yards. And the Texans are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Daniil Hunter. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Now Lawrence to throw on second down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Oh, his first throw of this playoff matchup is intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, You're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond. Not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Christian Harris. And they will score a pick six for the Texans TV. Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Here comes the return from the very back of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Now a 2nd and 2. They go play action now. Lawrence rolling to his right. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. 33 yards that time.
Seems like all the fireworks in this first quarter have been on the other sideline, but here they're saying, hey, we've got some explosive guys on our side too. And that's a big play in a game that's looking like it might be full of big plays.
On first down, Lawrence. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Play action. It's Lawrence. They'll roll him out right. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Staying on his feet. Escaping the pressure right. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 15-yard line.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Lawrence will throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Bulldogs have got it back to within a score. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still, they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Well, that's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. Mixing up the middle. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Stroud. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Nico Collins, 57 yards. And the Texans have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now 21-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker. And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now Lawrence on 3rd and long. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Christian Harris there finding his way home to record the sack. Here's Logan Cook now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linebackers is, and he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Come on. Hey, 70 Lions. 19 Tiger. Buffalo 18.
1st and 10, it's Stroud. This one left side caught by Collins. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A gain of 8 there on the play, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 43 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Stroud to throw it. He's going to float this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. 56 yards as his guys are able to extend their lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much. Oh, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Now Stroud. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Stroud wants to change it up with an audible.
57's the mic. Watch 57. Watch your slant. Watch your slant. Watch your slant.
Mixon with a first down carry. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Ready? 60 Bison. 60 Bison.
We got 4. We got 4.
70 Rangers. 70 Rangers. Panther 60. Panther 60.
Again, it's Mixon. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Now here's Stroud on 3rd down. Trying to stretch the field with Schultz. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Dalton Schultz, 39 yards. And the Texans continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
Well, the lost sleep that the defensive coordinator had all week preparing for this game, a good portion of it was trying to prepare for him because he's absolutely a phenomenal player.
And a lot of times around the goal line, they know it's going to him. It's just so hard to stop.
And that's where it really becomes difficult because you're exactly right. They know it's going to him, yet they still can't stop it. That tells you when you're a dominant player.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Flushed out right. And he wisely will throw that one away. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
2nd and 10 now. It's Lawrence. Flush to his right. Thomas has got it. Complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. And it's caught. Touchdown. Brian Thomas, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Bulldogs get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point right down the middle. And that cuts this lead down to 13. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a mistake, a surprising mistake there in the kicking game as he sends that one out of bounds. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Stroud. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Solid way to start the drive, 13 yards, picking up the first. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Buying time to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. They give him a gain of 37. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And Stroud now to throw. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
19 tight, 19 tight.
Again, it's Stroud. Steps away to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Devin Lloyd, the one to get home and earn that sack. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Fairbairn able to put this one through. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room? Lawrence hit and the ball is free. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Oh, and how about the shot there? Taking no chances. He is dropped behind the line. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
Looking long for Thomas. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Texans are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throwing interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
57, Mike, 57.
The second down throw now from Stroud. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Schultz. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. Stroud now on 1st and 10. Now he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And now here is another interception. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me, because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Throwing now is Stroud. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Here is 3rd and quite a ways.
19 right.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up the 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Now Lawrence on 1st down. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now it's 3rd and long. Lawrence escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And my goodness, another interception. And the Texans will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here's 2nd and 3. Once again, they run with Mixon. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 71 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now it's Mixon running right. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. On 1st down, here's Stroud. Got his man, Dell. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Stroud out of the gun here. Throw left side complete. That's Schultz. And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll give it to Mixon, and he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Well, this defense knows, they're well aware that they're down 2 scores, and they figure this is pretty much their last chance. They know if they give up a touchdown here, that ends it. Nice job on 1st and goal to push them the other way, but they have to be thinking takeaway right here.
And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. 3rd and goal, Stroud. Eluding the pressure right. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. C.J. Stroud. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Texans are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. Now inside the 25, and he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 65 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Now Lawrence, flushed out right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Trevor Lawrence, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Bulldogs are able to cut into that deficit. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? But I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And now first downs are key. They want to keep that clock moving, up by 2 scores as they try to cement their place in the conference championship round in 1 week's time. Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. He'll let this go deep for Collins. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Houston. Nico Collins, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 23. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Under pressure, they got him again. Daniil Hunter able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Lawrence from his end zone. Trying to lay one up deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Here we go. Got to have it. Lawrence. Flush to his right. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. And the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen.
And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Joe Mixon taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Texans up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. Thomas barreling ahead. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They knew this would be tough on the road divisional round, and that has certainly been the case with the deficit they face in this 4th quarter.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. 47's the mic.
Now Lawrence. Through the middle of the field. Finally taken down at the 32-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection work.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. Steps away. Lawrence hit and the ball is free. And the Texans scoop it. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. So a great play there by the defense. If these guys are going to advance, and it looks like they will, this defense a big reason why.
And they love carrying the mantle for this team, don't they? You see the way that they move around out there? They want to lead this team deeper into the playoffs and hopefully onto the Super Bowl.
And that return for a touchdown certainly helps that cause. This fielded right at the goal line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they have done themselves absolutely no favors to earn a win today in this one, Charles. The turnover woes continue. On that last drive, they had that fumble that led to a touchdown.
And Brandon, I would say they have a mission on this drive, and the bottom line is protect the football, just put together something that they can let the last drive go. Yeah, it was a bad play. They gave up points, but that doesn't mean it has to go that way the rest of this ball game. Do what you do best on offense and try and put the ball in the end zone yourself.
That'll put him north of 100 yards receiving now in this divisional round game. It's a first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They go play action with Lawrence. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Danielle Hunter, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance. Now Lawrence to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Partner, my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front seven today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved. This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him, and after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's a give to Mixon. 97 yards rushing here from Mixon. He's got a first down.
And that's a great run, and this is where you've got a running back who feels like he needs to take over this football game. You're in the second half, you've got the lead, you're looking at moving on to the conference championship, and he's got to be saying, just keep giving me the ball, and I'll get us home.
Come on. Hey, Sammy Ryan.
And they have secured a spot in the conference championship. And now you...
Bring them out, bring them out, bring them out, bring them out. It's hard to yell when the in your mouth. Come on. Bring them out, bring them out. Hey.